Hello everyone, I am Rachel Rillanes and I am the first reporter of Group 6. So, our topic is nonverbal communication. Nonverbal communication, it is a communication without words, is a process of communication through sending and receiving wordless messages like body language, postures, facial expression, and eye contact. So ito po ay isang uri ng pakikipag-ugnayan o pakikipagkomunikasyon sa isang tao na hindi lamang ginagamitan ng mga salita. Example nito ay sign language o di kaya naman ang simpleng pagkaway o pagtango bilang pagsang-ayon sa iyong kinakausap. Next is difference between verbal and nonverbal communication. Verbal communication, when a message is communicated in words. So, ang verbal communication daw po ay tumutukoy sa pagpapahayag ng informasyon sa pamamagitan ng mga salita o pakikipag-ugnayan. Verbal communication is refers especially to the use of words, whether spoken or written, to convey messages. It involves the structure, arrangement of language to express thoughts, ideas, and emotions clearly. While nonverbal communication, when message is communicated by sign, signal, gesture, and indicators. So ito po ay isang uri ng pakikipag-ugnayan sa isang tao na walang ginagamitang salita. So ang mga halimbawa po nito ay ang pagkaway sa isang kakilala o ang pagpapakita ng ekspresyon tulad ng pagngiti or even sa paggamit ng mga sign language. Importance of nonverbal communication. Verbal and nonverbal plays an important role in how people interact with one another. People are using around 35% verbal communication and 65% in nonverbal communication in daily life. So, nonverbal communication daw po ay napakahalaga dahil malaki ang impluwensya nito sa ating pakikipag-ugnayan o pakikipag-usap. While we have words to express our thoughts and feelings, nonverbal cause actually dominate our daily communication. It's estimated that 65% of our communication is nonverbal, while only 35% is verbal. This means that we convey more messages through actions and facial expressions, postures, and proximately the others than through the words we speak. When verbal and nonverbal communication align, the message is clearer than more easily understood. For example, if someone says, "I'm happy," but their facial expression is sad and their voice is weak, the listener may not believe them. Therefore, it's essential to be aware of our nonverbal communication is key to successful and effective interactions.
Type of nonverbal communication. So, kinetic or body language. So, kinesics means the study of the way in which certain body movements and gesture serve as a form of nonverbal communication. So, next is types of body language. First, we have posture. Posture, so ang paraan ng ating pagtayo o pag-upo ay maaaring magpahiwatig ng marami tungkol sa ating nararamdaman. Next is gesture. So, gesture ay may mahalagang papel sa kinetic communication. So, kabilang ang nonverbal and body language. Sa pangkalahatan, ginagamit ang mga ito upang palakasin ang mga verbal messages o upang palitan ang mga salita kapag hindi ito maipahayag. So, next is facial expression. So, facial expression are an important part of kinetic communication dahil maaari silang maghatid ng isang wide range of emotions. Next is eye contact. So, eye contact, ito ay may maraming layunin or serve many purposes. So, ginagamit natin ang ating mga mata upang ipahayag ang ating mga emosyon. So, kontrolin ang isang pag-uusap, ipahiwatig ang mga pag-uugali ng pakikinig, ipakita ang ating interes sa iba, paggalang, katayuan, at pagsalakay. So, last is the bodily contact. So, ito ay tumutukoy sa anumang pagkakataon kung saan ang katawan ng isang tao ay nakikipag-ugnayan sa pisikal sa katawan ng ibang tao. So, like for example, hitting, pushing, holding, shaking hands, touching, and a variety of other activities.
Appearance are important to the successful convenience of a message. Two types of appearance. Personal appearance. A speaker clothing, hairstyle, use of cosmetic neatness, and stature may cause a listener to form impression about her occupation, socioeconomic level, and competence. So, personal appearance refers to the way a person looks, including their clothing, hairstyle, grooming, and overall presentation. It encompasses how a person presents themselves physically and can influence how others perceive them. Appearance of surrounding. Surroundings such as room size, furnishing and decorations, lighting and windows can affect listener attitude toward speaker and a message being presented. So, the appearance of surrounding refers to the visual qualities and overall look of the environment or place, including things like scenery, landscape, and the way buildings and other objects appear. It encompasses the visible aspect of a place and how it is perceived by someone observing it. Silence. Speak its own language, no need to explain it. Understand silence carefully. Next, function of nonverbal communication. They can provide information about feeling and intention. So, it is generally refers to the ability of certain factors, often related to human behavior, to reveal insight into an individual emotion, state, and their motivation or plans for action. These include understanding how emotion influence decision and action, and how intentions are formed and translate into behavior. Next, they can be used to regulate interaction. Nonverbal cues, often referred to as regulators, are used to manage and control interaction, particularly turn-talking in conversation. They help to signal who should speak next and when. Example include eye contact, gestures, and change in posture. Next, they can be used to express intimacy. So, example, physical touch, such as holding hands, hugging, and kissing, are powerful ways to express intimacy and build connection in relationship. These non-sexual forms of touch can foster a sense of closeness and affection. Next, they can be used to establish control and dominance. So, in nonverbal communication, several cues can be used to establish control or dominance, including touch, vocal tone, gestures, and appearance. These nonverbal cues can be used in various contexts such as business, politics, and social interaction.
Proxemics. The term was invented by Edward T. Hall. It is the study of physical space in interpersonal relationships. Proxemics means how people use space when they are around others. It shows how close or far we started from someone we talk. This space can change depending on who we are with, like standing closer to friends and farther from strangers. Space language means study of communication by means of space. Speech language means how to use speech to communicate without words. Example of standing close can show friendship or love. Space, study the way we communicate with a particular environment. Space is communication means physical distance between people when they interact. It shows feelings, relationship, and comfort or love. Indicate the possibility of body contact in hanging, hiding, hand, or standing side by side. Intimate space is the closest type personal space, about 0 to 18 inches. Space language means how we use a small amount and space around to us to show. Social space is how we use space when talking to people we don't know very well. And last is public space language is how we use space when speaking or interacting with a large group or in public places.
Time language or chronemics. Chronemics is the study of the role of time in communication and how we use time to communicate. Chronemics is the study of how people use time in communication. It shows how time affects relationships, messages, and social behavior. For example, being on time shows respect and responsibility. Two types of chronemic culture. First is monochronic culture. Means where only one activity at one time is done. A monochronic culture values time as something that is strictly scheduled and organized. People in these cultures tend to focus on one task at a time and believe in being punctual and following schedules. For example, people are expected to be on time for meetings and events. Next is polychronic culture. It means where people do several things at one time. A polychronic culture values flexibility with time and tends to focus on multiple tasks at once. In these cultures, people are more likely to mix activities and prioritize relationships over strict schedules. Like for example, people may handle several tasks or conversations at once. Surroundings. It refers to the physical environment. Our surroundings consist of a large number of objects, but we consider two important aspects of physical context. It is the color and layout for the purpose of nonverbal communication. It refers to the environment or the physical space around us. These include the people, objects, colors, sounds, and overall atmosphere in a place. So our surroundings often affect how we feel, think, and behave. And last is color. Have a deep impact on the emotion, sense, and thinking process of a man. Example, our traffic, signal, and chemical industry and soap industry. So color plays an important role in communication and can influence our emotions, behavior, and perception.